Greetings from Bangladesh. Good evening, everyone. This is Toufiq Zohur speaking as a host. Due to technical some problem and electricity has to gone, so our program has to start in 15 minutes later. We are really sorry and apology for that. Today, 20th March, Sunday. Now it is 9:15 evening in Bangladesh time. And title of our program today is The World of Poetry Recitation in Poet Voice Part 26. Though our episode is going today 92 number. Thank you everyone. The sky of poetry is one. The tone of poetry are same, though the all poets lives around the world, but their tone and thinking thoughts are same. Today, from 6 countries, 9 poets are participating in this program. But unfortunately, from 2 countries, there were some network problems, so they could not try, but they could not attend today. Now I'm going to inviting one by one poets who are invited and who has to participate. Thank you very much. Again, I'm Toufiq Zohur starting. Now I'm inviting poet Kabrul Bahar Arif. Now I am introducing one of the well-known poet in Bangladesh. He is Mr. Kamrul Bahar Arif. He is the generations of 90s. He has published 15 number of books. He is a famous organizer. He is also an editor of a little magazine whose name is Mridongo. He got some prestigious awards like Kanto Award 2018, who is dedicated famous poet Rajinikanto Ucharok Abriti Award Chittagong 2020 for his great contribution in Bengali poetry. Now, I am inviting poet Kamrul Bahar Arif to read out his first poem today. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you, Toufiq Zohur, poet Toufiq Zohur. Good evening, everyone. uh, I am Kamrul Bahar. You know, I am not easy or fluent in English. Even then, uh, you call me, but uh, our we know even uh, the poet we think the world as a poetic home. We make this by poem. I read my first poem. I presented to you my poem in English, titled Daughter's Pilgrimage at the Scared Tomb. It's dedicated our national father, Bangabandhu, the poet of politics we know, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He was the leader of exploited people all over the world. Jumping the spear of some forsaken tales, she, my daughter, approaching the way of her expected pilgrimage, tells her repeat by her age of 18, enlarged from few to enormous in her mind. So no tiredness, not the weariness, decays or defeats her long passing. Stepping one by one, she going near and nearer to her blessing of dreams. I guess the wings of tales are spreading within her, tales are lying like green field with endless stalks, reflecting on the deep green horizon of the village abroad. Her stepping are alike the linkage of the river. Stepping becomes an era to an endless era. My daughter gets wet by the softened, fresh air of the river Madhumati. Thus, she became aged of several 18s. All the tales, all the dreams within her emerged with the turning of her voices, crossing the stair all the way. At last, she entered with an idol of year and era in her soul. She entered her pilgrimage. She entered at the sacred tomb of Tungipada. At the very moment, all the tales, all the dreams within her became an epic, a holy book. I with her in immense tranquility, with her worshipping, raised my hand, and looking, the holy cover of the epic hangs on her face, on her forehead. I, overwhelmed, I found the enlightened name of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Thank you for my first poem,
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank
Toufiq.
you, poet Kamrubar Arif, for your beautiful starting. You have to read the poet which has been dedicated to our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Really, it was a heart-touching poem. Thank you very much, poet Kamrubar Arif. Now I am inviting poetess Nahida Ashrafi. Now, now I am introducing one of the persuasive poetess who is from Bangladesh. She is Nahida Ashrafi. She is also an editor of a literary magazine whose name is Jaloti. She has been contributed seven anthologies of poetry and short stories. Nahida Ashrafi also edited three short stories collections based on the liberation war of Bangladesh. She completed her study in English literature and also got a certificate of diploma in French language. She has participated in many literary festivals and received many prestigious awards and honor from Bangladesh and abroad. She published five poetry books, two story books, and three storybooks where she is edited. She has a publishing house whose name is Jolodhi, and she is the managing director of Kobita Cafe, which is very popular in Bengali poetry lovers and other intellectual peoples. Now, I am inviting poetess Nahida Ashrafi to read out her first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear poet Toufiq Zohur. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, yes, we are hearing very
Okay,
clearly. Sister
that's
sound.
fine.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Nahida Ashrafi, and I would like to recite, not recite, it's like a reading. I'm trying to read out my poem first of in Bangla and then in English. Okay?
Okay, no problem. Carry on, please.
Thank you very much. আমি আসলে কিছুই জানি না। ফেসবুক স্ক্রল করে ক্লোদিং, ফেসিয়াল, শেভিং ক্রিম, ট্রিমার, ব্রা প্যান্টির অনলাইন শপিং, নকল চুল, ঈদের বাজার, পুজোর শাড়ি, সুশীলদের বাণী দেখেই যাচ্ছি। কেন দেখছি জানি না। হাতের কাছে রুমি, মান্টো, রবার্ট ব্লাই, সিলভিয়া, পাতা উল্টাচ্ছি, একটা রেখে আরেকটা হাতে নিচ্ছি। কেন হাতে নিচ্ছি, কেন পাতা উল্টাচ্ছি জানি না। শুতে গিয়ে ওপাশ ওপাশ করি, মোটা কাঁথা পা থেকে সরিয়ে রাখি। শীত না গরম এই সিদ্ধান্তহীনতায় ভুগি। খাট থেকে নামতে গিয়ে ড্রেসিং টেবিলে ধাক্কা খাই, রাতের কাছে নালিশ জানাই। অন্ধকারের চোখ রাঙানি দেখে কুই কুই করে লেজ গুটিয়ে খাটে ফিরে পিঠ চুলকাই। অবশ্য কার পিঠ চুলকাই জানি না। মেয়েটার বয়স যখন 4 বা 5, তখন একদিন আনন্দে চিৎকার করে বলল, মা, মা, আমি বাতাস দেখেছি। আমি বললাম, দূর বোকা, বাতাস দেখা যায় বুঝি? সে আঙুল তুলে দূরের চিমনি দেখিয়ে বিজ্ঞের মতো বলল, যখন কিছু ফুটতে বা জ্বলতে থাকে তখন বাতাস দেখা যায়। ইদানিং আমিও বাতাস দেখছি, কেন দেখছি তা জানি না। Well, I'm trying to read it in English. It is translated by a famous translator by Ashok Kaur. Really, I know nothing. Scrolling Facebook and shopping clothings, shaving creams, trim, brow online, watching wigs, puja shopping, Eid marketing, preaching from civil society, big shots. Why I am watching? Really, I don't know. Stacks of Romy, Manto, Robert Bly, Sylvia Plath, turning pages, switching one to another. Why I am sweeping books? Why I am turning pages for nothing? Really, I don't know. I turn one side to another, while in bed, kicking away the thick blanket off my feet, uncertain if it's the summer or the winter. I get bumps on dressing table while gets up the divan, unfairly complain to the night. I became frightened with the brow-bit of darkness, quickly get back to bed like a harmless and scratch back to support myself mentally, but never sure whose back I am scratching. Really, I don't know. While my daughter was earlier 4 or might be 5 years intellectually, one very day she started shouting with surprise, Mama, Mama, I have seen the year. I tried to desist her in vain. Poor girl, air is invisible. None could see air, sweetie. But who could refrain the put intellectual she had been preaching? While something starts boiling or burning, air becomes visible, Mama. Might be true, might be true. Recently, I'm viewing the air. Why I am viewing the air, I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, poetess Nahida Ashrafi, for your beautiful introduction and beautiful poetry you have to read, both Bengali and English version. Thank you again for your beautiful performance. Now I am inviting Parthita Dutta. Uh, now I am introducing one of the well-known poetess who is from Poland, but she born in Kolkata, India. She is a Parthita Dutta. She is a poetess, writer, and internationally published author, a contributor to various anthology and magazines globally. A translator living in Europe for almost 8 years and currently residing in Poland. For her published book, The Boatman Beacons, she received the awards, the author of the year 2021 by NE8, Litfest 2021, and the Best Indian Author of the Year 2021 by Critics Space Literary Awards. She was honored by Nobbo Nari Sanman 2022 Shiros. She participated in several global poetry webinars and festivals. She is the honorary ambassador for the International Cultural Saloon Association Creative Vision, a literary organization registered under the Republic of Tunisia. She is a bona fide member of the literary organization World Nation Writers Union, that is WNWU, Kazakhstan. She works as a coordinator Poland for the International Pythian Council. Now, I am inviting poetess Parthita to present her first poem today. Thank you. Please unmute your phone.
Thank you very much, dear Honorable Toufiq Zohur, for inviting me to your prestigious platform, that is the world of poetry today. I'm honored. I'm Parthita Dutta, a writer, Indian author, poet. I convey my warm greetings to all the poets present here today, and also I thank to the audience for listening to me. So I will start my poetry with first in English from my book The Boatman Beckons. The first poem. I wish. I wish to write a paean, doubling my quill in the rainbow ink, a patch of vernal magic, a puff of airy bliss. If the supreme wisdom of the ancient sage embarks from the seventh heaven as a luminous snowflake to the diadem of my head, would compose such verses as an incantation, which much must bring sleep to the insomniac, must satiate the appetite of the famished beggar, must sing the glory to an undressed farmer, must freeze the demagogue and troublemaker. Should I go to the second poem?
No, you will get the second poem and after that.
Okay, thank you
This
very
is the
much.
first one.
Thank
Thank
you
you very
very
much for your beautiful starting, Padma Datta. Really, it was a nice poem. Thank you very
thank you.
much. Now I am inviting Voula Memou, who is from Greece. Now I am introducing one of the well-known poetess who is from Greece. She is Voula Mimo. She is a poetess, film director. In 1984 and 1985, her poems were published in Hydria and Ostraka magazine. Her first directional work was the short film Altamira, and in her career, she has collaborated with important Greek actors. The film, based on her poetry and titled The Great Power of the Sea, was shot in 2008. She has collaborated as a news journalist with many newspapers in the Peloponnese in 1985. Her first collections of poems entitled Traversing came out in 2006. She published a book with news article, and title of the book was Memou's Living Specialist. Her poems have been published in many anthologies, and the Greek literary encyclopedia Harry Paxi hosts her poem. Her collections of poems entitled Upon Andromeda's Rock came out 2018. The collections of poems entitled You Are the Man came out 2019. She has won numerous awards outside the World Poetry Prize. She is the member of the National Pan-Hellenic Union of Literature in Greece. Now, I am inviting poetess Voula Mimo to read out her first poem today. I'm really sorry to say that today the electricity problem, our studio electricity has to gone, so we cannot focusing in person by person. So I apologize for that. Now coming poet Vola Mimo to read out her first poem today. Thank you.
Good evening from Greece. Good evening to all of you. I am very glad to be with you. I want to say something before I read my poem. All of you know that in Europe we have a war. So every one of us and all together, we must wish for peace, peace in all the world. So my poems are for peace or freedom. And I think that all of us, writers and poems and all others, we must who work for peace, for justice, for freedom, for women's and children's rights and everything, and all together be in harmony. My first poem, when the bombs will die, when the sirens go silent, the sun will not find the children in school, will not find the children playing in the playground. The moon will cry alone. My old jacket broke the piano keys. The hope dies into a broken balloon in party. The poets, with lit soldiers made of letters, must wave a flag of hope and peace. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Poetess Voula Memou, for your beautiful poem. We don't need any war, we want peace. The war is not bring us or give us any business. So everybody, every poet and every nation want peace. Thank you very much for your beautiful starting. Now I am inviting Dimitris P. Kantios, who is also from Greece. Now I am introducing one of the important poet who is from Greece. He is Mr. Dimitris P. Kraniotis. He is the author of 9 poetry book and the editor-in-chief of an international poetry anthology in English. He has won international award for his poetry, which has been translated in 25 languages and published in many countries around the world. He has participated in international poetry festival. He is an academician in Italy, doctor of literature, president of 22 World Congress of Poets 2011, president of World Poets Society, that is WPS, director of Mediterranean Poetry Festival, Larissa, Greece, ambassador of movement Poet del Mundo to Greece and member of World Poetry Movement, that is WPM. Now I am inviting poet Dimitris P. Kraniotis to read out his first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you for the honorary invitation for the great poetry event. I will read first in Greek and then in English. Επισκέπτες της καρδιάς μας. Ξένη ομιλία με πέτρινο μανδύα πλανιέται απειλητικά σε κάθε βήμα μας. Ψυχρές στάλες ευγένειας καίνε την ανάσα μας. Έπαψε η ελπίδα να επισκέπτεται την καρδιά μας. Το χιόνι σήμερα δεν είναι λευκό, είναι άχρωμο σαν τις ηρίδες των ματιών μας, σαν το καλημέρα που δεν βγαίνει από τα χείλη μας. Έπαψε η αγάπη να επισκέπτεται την καρδιά μας. Σχισμένη αφίσα στη δίνη του ανέμου η κάθε λέξη μας. Γαλάζια βότσαλα βυθισμένα στο μπλε της θάλασσας τα όνειρά μας. Έπαψε η ποίηση να επισκέπτεται την καρδιά μας. And now in English, our heart's visitors. A stranger's talk with a stony garment threateningly hovers in our every step. Cold drops of courtesy burn our breath. Did hope season to visit our heart? The snow today isn't white, it is colorless, like the iris of our eyes, like good morning which doesn't come out of our lips. Did love cease to visit our heart? A torn postern in the whirl of the wind, our every word, blue pebbles sunk in the blue of the sea, our dreams. Didn't poetry cease to visit our heart? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, poet Dimitris P. Kraniotis, for your beautiful starting. Both of the languages were good, and your poetry always touches our heart. Thank you very much. Now I am going to Suchismita Ghoshal, our youngest guest today. Thank you. Now I am introducing one of the youngest poetess who is from India. She is Suchismita Ghoshal. Globally, she is a very well-known face in poetry sky. At the very early stage of 23, she has shaped her life in a way where she cradled with literature and devoted herself into finding peace through love. She got a lot of award and at this stage she performed in different platforms of literature around the world. She is also working as a team member of Uddan Little magazine in Bangladesh. As a promising poetess, she has to prove her poetry beautiness. Now, I am inviting poetess Suchismita Ghoshal to present her first poem today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for such a beautiful and warm welcome. My greetings of peace and love to all, and we wishing everyone a very good evening. Now, feeling very much honored, humbled to participate in this global platform and to be a part of Uddan Little Magazine team. I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed for all the love and support I am given on this platform. And as we all know about the ongoing situation in Ukraine, so my first poetry will significantly uh, dedicate the message of peace and also the terror of war in this world and how it destroys the humanity from its roots. So, the title of my first poem is Witness Terror Through My Eyes. Vultures are now down on earth to taste the flesh of fresh deeds. Renaissance is on the spot, just prevailing on the ground through weapons. The sobs of mothers are now dry with the foregone splash of war. You read the Industrial Revolution on books. Here I witness the live fossils of destruction every day. Visit my country once when TV channels are off. Visit the billion pieces of dream homes. You may wonder if sweet homes are still sweet. Visit each and every alley, cramming with bodies and vultures, and taste the blood too. It may numb your throat with the bitter coldness of pure fear. That fear which stirred the euphoric past, terrors of present, and unseen future. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
patiently listening to my poem.
Thank you very much for your beautiful starting, Suchismita Ghoshal. Thank you again. We will come back to you again. Before I go to poet Quamrul Bahar Arif, I am going to read some viewers' comments. Professor Mir Abdul Razak is written, has to written, I am watching too. Mr. Mahbub Shetu is telling Shubho Kamona. Poet Abdul Latif is watching. Poet Kabir Hussain is also watching. Abdul Latif has to written, good evening everyone. Professor Poet Mir Abdul Razak has to written, Nahida Ashrafi, welcome. She has glorified this program. She is the rising star. Wonderful recitation by Nahida Ashrafi. From Philippines, Veronica Roma Pingol is watching this show. Poetess Jorina Akhtar also watching this program. From Greece, my sister and my friend Eva Liano Petropoulou also watching this program, and she has to written greetings from Greece. Congratulations to all participant poets. Thank you very much, my sister Eva Petropolo Liano. Stay and watch this program. She also written Happy International Poetry Day for tomorrow. Thank you for your beautiful comment. She has to written again. Congratulations, my dear sister Suchismita Ghoshal. blessing. Thank you very much. Now I am going to again poet Quamrul Bahar Arif. Now coming poet Quamrul Bahar Arif to read out his second poem today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dearest Toufiq. When you first announced me to present my poem, really I feel nervous. So that it was badly started. I
No.
am very
You
sorry.
start very
Sorry.
well.
I am very
Because
sorry to everyone
you are
in
the
this
captain.
game.
You are the
Uh,
captain to this
uh,
poetry
uh,
ship. So you are running this ship.
uh,
It was very fantastic. Nice. I
sure,
understand.
sure. Now I am present my poem in Bangla. হুম, আহ, সকলকে আবারও ধন্যবাদ জানিয়ে থ্যাংক ইউ। আমি ছোট্ট একটি কবিতা পড়ছি। শিরোনাম নু কাউচ। সম্মোহনীতে সমস্ত বসন উড়ে গেল, ঐশ্বরিক সব ঢেউ উচ্ছ্বাসে নেচে উঠল। জানালা ভেদি জলের ফোনাদের অবাক বিস্ময়, শুয়ে আছে কেবল রীতিমতি নুকাউজ। বিছানায় শুধুই মদিগ্লিয়ানির নুকাউজ। চুলগুলো তখনও বাতাসে উঠছিল, স্নানের জমে থাকা জল ফোটায় ফোটায় খোলা চুলে মুক্তোর মতো জ্বলছে। মাটির স্তরে জমা হচ্ছে নতুন পৃথিবীর অজস্র মেঘবৃক্ষের সবুজ পাতারা। এলোমেলো বাতাসে কত কিছু আসে আর যায়, ফিরে আসে ফিরে যায়। নুকাউচ ফায়ার প্লেসের প্রেম উষ্ণতায়, মদিগ্লিয়ানির ইশারায় বন্দি এখনো। থ্যাংক ইউ।
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you.
your beautiful poem. You have to read in your native language. That was really our mother language. We love our mother language very much. Thank you, poet Quamrul Bahar Arif, for your second poem.
Thank
Now
you.
I am going to poetess Nahida Ashrafi. Now coming poetess Nahida Ashrafi to read out her second poem today. Thank you. Please unmute your phone. Please unmute your phone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, poet Toufiq Zohur. Before reading my second poetry, I would like to welcome and my heartiest welcome to all the members and all the viewers and audience and the person whom I shared my platform this time at this moment. Thank you, everybody. And Mr. Quamrul Bahar Arif, you don't have to be as ashamed at all because you are so good in poetry. We know it well very much. So don't be hesitant.
Thank you.
Okay. I would like to read out my poem first at Bangla and then it will be in English. মনে করুন আপনি এমন এক শহরে থাকেন যার আকাশে কোনো মেঘ জমে না, কিছু তাজা লাল রক্ত প্রায়শই উড়ে গিয়ে মেঘের ঘাটতি পূরণ করে। মনে করুন আপনি এমন এক শহরে থাকেন যে শহরের সন্তানেরা ঈদ অথবা পুজো পার্বণে কিনে আনে পিতার কাফনের কাপড় অথবা চিতার কাঠ। মনে করুন আপনি এমন এক শহরে থাকেন যেখানে ঘর থেকে বেরোলেই প্রিয়জনেরা প্রত্যাবর্তনজনিত কোনো দুশ্চিন্তায় ভোগে না, আপনার ফিরে আসাটাকেই বরং এক অপার বিস্ময় আর বিধাতার লীলা খেলা ভেবে চুপসে যায়। মনে করুন আপনি এমন এক শহরে থাকেন যেখানে বুক পকেটে কলম রাখার অপরাধে আপনাকে অস্ত্র মামলায় ফাঁসানো হয়। মনে করুন আপনি এমন এক শহরে থাকেন যেখানে জন্মের চিৎকারকে অপরাধ ভেবে সেই দিনই আপনার মৃত্যুদণ্ড কার্যকর করা হয়। জন্মের অপরাধ স্বীকার করে আপনাকে বলতেই হয় মহামান্য মৃত্যু, আর একটি বুলেট অপচয়ের জন্য আমি আমার জন্মকে ধিক্কার দিই। আপনার এই অপচয় রোধে জন্মের সব পথ আজ থেকে বন্ধ করে দেয়া হোক। মনে করুন বৃষ্টির বদলে বুলেট, মনে করুন আলোর বদলে আগুন, মনে করুন জীবনের বদলে জিঘাংসা, মনে করুন রাষ্ট্রের বদলে রাত্রি। মনে করুন, মনে করুন, মনে করুন। কত আর মনে করবেন? এতটুকু মনে আর কতই বা ধরে? তবু শেষবারের মতো মনে করার চেষ্টা করুন, আপনি বেঁচে আছেন তো? Now I'm trying to read out in English. Assumption. Assume. You live in a city where the sky doesn't bear clouds. Some fresh bloods often floats up to cover the absence of clouds. Assume you live in a city where children buy for their father's burial clothes or funeral pair during Eid and puja rituals. Assume you live in such a city where your near and dear one doesn't worry about your return back home. Your return is indeed an endless wonder and God's great will. Assume you live in a city where police arrest you against the crime of keeping a pen in your pocket. Assume you live in a city where birth cries are considered crimes. Newborn are hanged just the day they are born. Confessing the crime of birth, you say, Great death, I chastise my death for the waste of yet another bullet. To evade the waste, let all the ways of birth be stopped. Take on bullets instead of rain. Think of fire in lieu of light, murdered rather than life, nights instead of state. Assume, think, assume. How long would you assume? How much can your mind carry? Still, for the last time, try to assume. Are you alive? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, poetess Nahida Ashrafi, for your beautiful poem, both in Bengali and English. Now I'm going to Parthita Dutta. Now coming poetess Parthita Dutta to read out her second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving me the stage again. This time I'll read my Bengali poem titled Opikkhai. জন্ম মৃত্যু অকস্মাৎ মেঘ ব্যতীত কখনো কি দুদণ্ড বসেছ আমার কায়ায়? আমি চন্দ্রগুপ্ত মৌর্যের পাটলিপুত্র সৌন্দর্য সময়ে সম্রাট অশোকের চোখে জেগে ওঠা শান্তি শিলালিপি, আকবরের সুসংগত সময় বিজয়ের গরিমা, তোমার ভেতর ঘূর্ণি অশান্ত সময়। আমাকে খুঁজতে যেও না প্রহরের কাঠিতে, আমি নেই, কোথাও নেই, জেগে আছি তোমার চোখে, দূর দৃষ্টি উষার আলো। আমি অদৃশ্য ক্যানভাস, তুমি ছবি আঁকো রোমাঞ্চ রঙে, ধ্বংস মোড়কে সৃষ্টি। বিশ্বাস মন দেশ ভেঙেছ নিজ সংকল্পে, অন্ধকার বিপন্ন স্বেচ্ছাচার। আমাকে বিচার করেছ অসময়। মাথার মুকুটে যখন নক্ষত্র পড়েছিলে, কিনে নিতে পারো বিশ্ববাজার, নিজেকে বলেছ আমি কাল, আমি কর্তা সুসময়। আমি অসহায়, পশ্চাতে নেই সম্মুখে নেই, তোমার পদক্ষেপে বয়ে চলি, নদীর মতো বাঁক নেই। আমি দাঁড়িয়ে অপেক্ষায়, তুমি আসবে, বসবে দুদণ্ড আমার কায়ায়, বুঝে নেবে যা করেছো তা থেকে কি পেলে। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ।
Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful Bengali poem. Really, it was touches our heart. Thank you. Before I go to poetess Voula Memou, I am going to read some visitors' comments.
Thank
Dil Khurshid
thank you very
Jaman
much.
Laki.
I,
Yes, just a few
yes.
seconds, please.
Uh,
দিল খুরশিদ জামান লাকি is telling খুব সুন্দর ভালো লাগছে। প্রফেসর মীর আব্দুল রাজ্জাক has to written চমৎকার। পোয়েটেস মাহফুজা অনন্যা has to written congratulations. Mir Abdul Razzaq again written excellent recitation by Nahida Ashrafi, beautiful poems. Mirela Leka Java from Romania, she is also watching this program. Poet Ismail Jumel has to written sending love. Thank you very much. Stay with us and watch this program to be continuous. Thank you very much. Now I am going to Voula Memou. Now coming
Yes,
poetess Voula Memou to read out her second poem today. Thank you.
yes. I want to say that 4 years before I came to Kiev in Ukraine, and I saw a beautiful town, a beautiful country, kind peoples, and beautiful statues and churches. And now I am very, very sorry to look all destroying. So I read the poem, The Road of Blood. On the street of shame, I am born to remind the grave. I stanzed the pain, and I painted on tree barks with color of keys that were looking me questioningly. A why covered in the summer light. There, on the street in humanity, I poked my fingernails in careless slash with rake. An olive tree. From my country I will plant, and I will build the house of hope with crimson red anemones. Liberty is crying, barefoot, looking for her twin sister that bended. Shadows rush from behind buses. Ivan, Vasily, Nina, Vladimir, and so many others who danced the dance of set up Zalongo. Time stood still like marble, pace silent on the earth's clock, and the mother of my unknown friends, like Andromache, begs for mercy. The bullets one day more stop, but the road, it will always smell of death. And I hope for a better future in peace for me, for you, and for our children. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, poetess Voula Memou, for your excellent poetry. Now I am going to poet Dimitris Kraniotis. Now coming poet Dimitris Kraniotis to read out his second poem today. Thank you.
My second poem in Greek first. Ψευδαισθήσεις. Βουβές ρητίδες στο μέτωπό μας, τα σύνορα της ιστορίας. Ρίχνουν κλεμμένες ματιές σε στίχους του ομήρου. Ψευδαισθήσεις, γεμάτες ενοχές, λυτρώνουν τραυματισμένους ψίθυρους που έγιναν αντίλαλοι σε φωτισμένες σπηλιές ανόητων και αθώων. In English now. Noiseless wrinkles on our forehead, the frontiers of history, send oblique glances at Homer's verses. Illusions full of guilt redeem wounded whispers that became echoes in lighted caves of the fools and the innocent. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dimitris Kraniotis, my friend, for your beautiful poem. Finally, from Greece, I am going to again India. Now coming poetess Suchismita Ghoshal to read out her second poem today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving me the stage again. Now I will read one of my Bengali poems along with its English translation, which is translated by me only. So the poetry talks about the freedom of artists, or the freedom we actually get to experience or not. So let's start. কবিতার শিরোনাম স্বাধীনতা। স্বপ্নবিলাসের ধুতুরা উন্মোচিত শিল্পীদের বীরপাড়ায় আকণ্ঠ বিষপান করে সুর ধরেছে বাউল। চালচুলোহীন মনে শান্তিটুকু শুধু গীত সন্ধানে। স্বাধীনতার উল্লাস নাকি মুক্তিযুদ্ধের যোদ্ধা সে? শিল্পীরা শিল্প বিলিয়ে দিয়ে অনাহার কুড়োয়, থলি ভরে নিয়ে আসে স্বাধীনতা ও শূন্যতা। রক্ত ঘনীভূত হয় শিরায় শিরায়, রণধ্বনি করে আভাস দেয় শিল্প খিদার। রগরগে ঘা সুস্পষ্ট হয়ে স্ফীত মনের দেওয়ালে, সুর সাধনায় আবিষ্ট বাউল, চোখের কোণ হতে ঝরে পড়া দেউলিয়া কান্নায় বুঝিয়ে দেয় কুৎসিত ছন্ন ছাড়া কাগুজে নগদেরা শুধু বিলাসিতায় জগৎজয়ী। বৈকুণ্ঠ নগরে নারদ ও গান বিলিয়ে নারায়ণের মন জোগায়। শিল্পান্বেষীরা বরাবরই অভুক্ত স্বাধীন, আপোষহীন আলোড়নে বাঘে নেউলের কলঙ্ক রচিত শিকার। Now I am going to recite my English translation. Freedom, the dhatura of rosy dreams, unraveled in the valiant land of artists. A lunatic has immersed himself into the melodies after taking the poison in his throat. The song searcher soul has been extremely pacifying in the mind for a destitute. Is it the cheers for independence, or is he a warrior of freedom? The artists buy starvation after the dissemination of art. They come with both the freedom and vacuum in their bags. The blood gets danced in the veins, roars in irrevocable pride as it is starving for art. The bright wounds are transparent and bloating in the wall of the mind. The lunatic is lured in the perseverance of melody. His eyes are cramming with insolvent tears, clearly telling that the ugly, cluttered, and papery money is the only inevitable in luxury. Even Sri Narada amuses Sri Narayana with his songs only. The pioneers of art are always unfed, independent. They are infamous prey of tigers and mongooses in the rigid concussion. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
listening
Thank
to
you
my
very
poem.
much, Mr. Ghoshal, for your performance. Now we are going to start our third round, and I'm going to again poet Kamul Bahar Arif. Now coming poet Kamul Bahar Arif to start his third poem now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toufiq Zohur. I am going to recite now my third poem in Bangla, then English. The title, দৃশ্যের মাঝে অদৃশ্যের ফারাক। একটা নদীর এপার ওপার দুইটি তীর, মানুষের কি তেমনই? এই যে আমি হাসছি যেমন, ভাবছি যেমন, দেখছি যেমন, মাঝখানে এক নদীর মতোই ঠিক ব্যবধান, কিংবা কোনো জোর লাগা এক চিহ্ন চির। একটা নদীর এপার ওপার দুইটি তীর। একটা পাখি এক জীবনে এক থাকে না, সঙ্গী থাকে জীবনযাপন, চেনা জগৎ, প্রেম পার্বণ, কি থাকে না। সুখ শ্রাবণের মেঘ আকাশে উড়াল ডানার দখল নিয়ে পাখিরাই তো ভাসতে থাকে, তবু কিন্তু হয় না মিলন, ডানায় ডানায় কি ব্যবধান। স্বপ্ন পাখির সুরগুলো তাই এক থাকে না, একটা পাখি এক জীবনে এক থাকে না। Now in English, title, Distance Between the Seen and the Unseen, translated by Ashrafi. A river has two banks on either side. Is man like this? I laugh, I think, I see. You know, a distance in between like a river, or else some giant's crevice mark. A river has two banks on either side. A bird lives life not alone, but with a mate, vibrantly living in a world so well known. Carnival of love, what's not there? In the cloudy, happy Shravan sky float birds flapping their wings, yet no full sense of wind. You see distance. The melodies of the birds of dream thus fall apart. A bird lives life not alone. A bird lives life not alone. Thank you, Mr. Toufiq Zohur.
Thank you very much. Really, it was a beautiful poem. Thank you very much, poet Kamul Bahar Arif, for your beautiful poem you have to
Welcome.
read. Now, again, I am going to poetess Nahida Ashrafi. Now, coming poetess Nahida Ashrafi to read out her third poem today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Directly, I go to my poetry. First in Bangla and then, as usual, in English. বিরহ সূত্র করুণার মতন করে রাত্রির শরীর কেটে বিচ্ছিন্ন করলে সাবলীল সন্ধিকে মহাকালের সুই সেই থেকে খুঁজে ফেরে আলো সুতোর বাগান আত্মাক্ষণি জানলই না সেই আহত সন্ধ্যের আগ অব্দি ঈশ্বরও একজন কবি ছিলেন Well, I'm trying to read it out in English now. Tenets of sadness. As if showing mercy, you did slice apart the facile evening from the limbs of the night. Since then, the needle of the eternity looking for the garden of luminous threads. The soul assassin did never know. Before that injured evening, the God has been a poet too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, poetess Nahida Ashrafi, for your beautiful and meaningful poetry you have to written. Though the poetry is very short, but the expression and the explanation is too much long. Thank you very much for your beautiful poem. Now I am going to Parthita Dutta. Now coming poetess Parthita Dutta to read out her third poem today. Thank you.
Thank you once again for giving me the stage. Concerning the current world situation, I would like to read a poem to support peace. The title is Want Peace. How can I be silent, Bodhisattva, when there's beastly striking of drumbeat in the chest? The timber of conviction wrought by termite is breaking like a jute stick, no remedy. The aggression of the powerful, the fear of the weak, the terror of the war is the history and the future. Socialism, imperialism, capitalism, how many more palaver? In the round table, outpouring fermented liquor. Whose possession is the space between the perimeters, billows, fiction and fraction, conflicts undefined? A flock of young stork was seen with books of technology, medicine, economics, future sky. Today, they are dressed in the decree of death, Sten gun in their hand, with their bone and bone marrow, gallon blood will protect the interest and base of the country. Let the breeze break, let the structure collapse, let the edifice fall. It will be rebuilt. What's in that? How will you return the orphan and the broken child mother's soul? By oath, the birth of the father is for the country, or else life is futile. It is not too late yet. From the Indus to the Nile, the fire of aggression is flaming forth. Only those who think of the world, they want peace. I want peace. Thank you.
Thank you. They want peace and I want peace. Everybody want peace. Thank you very much for your beautiful quotational line in your poetry. Thank you very much. Now I am going to poetess Voula Mimo. Now coming poetess Voula Mimo to read out her third poem today. Thank you.
Thank you again, thank you. The title is Light of Hope. I'm talking about the steps that I taught you to take on how to kill me. The buzz of the bees transfixes me. The shadow shakes, echo of waste. The hours, reckless preparations, tame fear and entramps their advertises of memory into leather of recollection. The flout undertook the action of hope in the nights when death hides in cenotaphs of desperation. I beg for the yesterday that I didn't appreciate, for the hopeful form of tomorrow I paint on respiration. Colors, colors. Spring will come early. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vola Mimo, for your beautiful poem again. Now I am going to Dimitris P. Kraniotis. Now coming poet Dimitris P. Kraniotis to read out his third poem today. Thank you.
Το τέλος. Η γεύση των φρούτων δεν φεύγει από το στόμα μου. Μα η πίκρα των λόγων γκρεμίζει τα σύννεφα και στίβει το χιόνι μετρώντας τα βότσαλα. Μα εσύ δεν μου είπες γιατί με ξεγέλασες, γιατί με τον πόνο και τ' άδικο θέλησες να πεις πως το τέλος πάντα με δάκρυα καίγεται. The end. The savor of fruits still remains in my mouth, but the bitterness of words demolishes the clouds and rings the snow, counting the pebbles. But you never told me why you deceived me, why with pain and injustice did you desire to say that the end always in tears is cast to flames. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again, Dimitris Kraniotis, for your beautiful poem. We are going to last person today, Suchismita Ghoshal. Now coming poetess Suchismita Ghoshal to read out her third poem.
Thank you very much again for sharing the stage. Now I am going to read one of my poetry in Bengali only, which is welcoming the spring, as we are now experiencing the spring in our country and in abroad also. So yes, কবিতার শিরোনাম বসন্ত বৃত্তান্ত। অজান্তেই সর্বাঙ্গে জড়িয়ে নিয়েছে কুলুকুলু ধ্বনি দিয়ে বয়ে যাওয়া মহানন্দার স্রোত। ফাগুনের রং মেখে বসে থাকি তার তীরে, মন দিয়ে শুনেছি তার মান অভিমান জমা নরম বিষাদের হাজারো কাহিনী। প্রতিশ্রুতিবদ্ধ মন তা লিপিবদ্ধ করবে বসন্তের বৃত্তান্তে। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ।
Thank you. Thank you, Suchismita Ghoshal, for your beautiful poem. Before I started the final round, I am going to read some viewers' comments. Poetess Shahnaz Parveen has to written excellent. Professor Mir Abdulrazak has to written thanks Parthita. Poet Mir Abdulrazak again written Voula, thanks a lot for your poem. Mir Abdulrazak also written thanks to all for nice recitation. Kumar Prasanno has to written beautiful. Dipali Rani Sarkar has to written অভিনন্দন ও শুভেচ্ছা আজকের আয়োজনের মধ্য দিয়ে কবিদের জন্য প্রার্থনা করি যুগান্তরের সাক্ষী হয়ে থাক। Faisal Ahmed has to written good. Kumar Prasanno has to written very nice ma'am. Parthita Dutta. Kumar Prasanna also written excellent ma'am. Dipali Rani Sarkar has to written congratulations. Sharmin Sima has to written wow, অসাধারণ, আন্তরিক অভিনন্দন সুন্দর মনের কবিগণকে. Now we are going to start our final round, and that we have been started our poem and poetry journey by poet Mr. Kamul Bahar Arif, and we have to finish our poetess Suchismita Ghoshal. Now this final round we will start from Suchismita Ghoshal and we will end to poet Kamrul Bahar Arif. So the last poem is has to coming. She is coming, poetess Suchismita Ghoshal, and this is our last round. So now coming poetess Suchismita Ghoshal to read out her final poem today. Thank you.
Thank you very much again. And I'm extremely feeling honored and happy, very much delighted to read my last poem, which is also based on the theme of spring and its awesomeness. So it is also in Bengali. কবিতার শিরোনাম প্রেম বিলাস। আবির মাখা বদনে তারুণ্যের উচ্ছ্বাস, খানিক লাবণ্য, খানিক সোহাগ, খানিক পূর্ণতার ছোঁয়া। নক্ষত্র খচিত তারুণ্যের মাঝে কোনো এক অভাগিনীর দুয়ারে হঠাৎ এসে উপস্থিত হয়েছে প্রেমিক বসন্ত। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ।
Thank you. Thank you, Suchismita Ghoshal, for your beautiful finishing. Now I am going to poet Dimitris Kraniotis. Now coming poet Dimitris Kraniotis for his last poem. Thank you very much.
I will read a small poem for the final. Επανάληψη. Συνάντησα στη μέση του δρόμου ένα παλιό μου λάθος και το προσπέρασα. Βιάστηκα να επαναλάβω τον εαυτό μου. Repetition. In the middle of the road, I came across an old mistake of mine, and I went past it. I rushed to repeat myself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, poet Dimitris Kraniotis, for your beautiful poem. Now I am inviting poetess Voula Memou to read out her final poem today. Now coming poetess Voula Memou. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations to all. The last poem I will read in my own language, in Greek language. Μητρό ευθυνών. Στάγγισα το φεγγάρι να μεταμφιέσω τα χρώματα σε γράμματα, φτιάχνοντας το τάγμα των δυνατών λυτρωτών απόρθητο. Οι κέτιδες κρυστάλλωσαν τα δάκρυα στην γαλαξιακή επανεμιά του μελλοντικού κοσμοναύτη. Οι λέξεις πια υποτάχθηκαν και ανεμοδέρνουν, μπήγοντας σουβλερά καρφιά στις σάρκες μου. Τυραννιέμαι, σαν εξαελώνεται το σκοτάδι, γυρεύοντας απαντήσεις από περασμένα αμαρτήματά μας. Σαν αγρίμη κουλουριάζομαι στη γνωστή μου από χρόνια γωνιά της σκηνής, μαζεύοντας τείχνους κραυγής από το ανοιχτό παράθυρο του θυμού μου, σαν ολοκόκκινα τριαντάφυλλα. Ούτε θήτης, ούτε θύμα. Αγκυροστεριωμένος παλιατζής, φωνάζω για εκείνα τα όνειρά μας που έγιναν μαύρος καπνός. Λιποταχτώ από την απραξία του δρόμου μου, ψάχνοντας εκείνο το λιμέρι της πυρακτωμένης ελπίδας που κάνει τον ουρανό ξάστερο, απαλλαγμένο από υπολογιστικές προτομές επιτυχημένων πειραματόζωων. Η ποίηση δεν τραυλίζει μπροστά σε ευθύνες. Thank you very much. Thank you very much all of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Poetess Voula Memou, for your beautiful finish. Now I am going to Parthita Dutta. Now I am inviting poetess Parthita Dutta to read out her final poem today. Thank you.
And my last poem is in Bengali. Before reciting the poem, I would like to thank all the viewers for watching this program, and also I want to congratulate all the poets present over here. So my last poem, Otho, Jago. প্রায় 2 দশক ধরে ঘুমে আচ্ছন্ন রয়েছ মেবারের স্বপ্নের কোলে। গোধূলি গড়িয়ে সন্ধে হলো, এখনো কি উঠবে না তুমি? কত পাখি ডেকে ক্লান্ত হলো দেওয়াল ঘেরা বাঁধানো উঠোনে। তোমার সঙ্গ পেলে ভেবেছিলাম এবছর দেওয়ালির পূর্বেই পরিষ্কার করে নেব ধূসর ছাই আকাশটাকে। তার নীলাভ বুকে আমার নির্মল মুখ কতদিন দেখি নাই সুখে। ভেবেছিলাম হিমালয়ের চূড়া থেকে গঙ্গার বিশুদ্ধ জলে ধুয়ে নেব নেকড়ে আষ্টে গন্ধ ভরা যৌন রাত্রির অন্ধকার। সভ্যতার পথে হাঁটতে গিয়ে হরিণীর ভেদ্য দেহ এখনো কাঁপে আত্মাটাকে জাপটে ধরে। তাই ভেবেছিলাম ব্রিগেডের সভায় এবার শুধু ডাকবো মানুষের মিছিল, জ্বালাবো ঐশ্বর্য আর ক্ষমতার কুশপুতুল। দামামাতে বাজাবো পীড়িতের কান্না আর বিদ্রোহী সুরে গাইব, সন্তান নয় জন্ম দাও ভালোবাসা দয়া আর ক্ষমা। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ।
Beautiful poem, Parthita Dutta. Really, it was very beautiful. Thank you very much. Now I am going to invite poetess Nahida Ashrafi to deliver her final poem today. Thank you.
Thank you. My last poem is in Bangla, and I read it in Bangla. And before that, I would like to thank you all, and thank you to the organizer and the organizing committee of Uddan Television. I would like to also thank you and pay my gratitude to the audience who will be with us from the starting moment. Well, I'm trying to read it in Bangla. শরতের আকাশ ও এক কাপ চা। পরিধিতে চুম্বন রাখতেই রোদে পোড়া তামাটে প্রেম ঝলমলিয়ে ওঠে। ফোয়ারা নিঃশব্দে লিখে চলে বেঁচে থাকার এপিটাফ। পুরনো কবিতারা ঘর্মাক্ত কলেবরে বীজ বনে বিকল বাগানে। হৃদয়ের নোনা ধরা দেয়ালের ভাঁজে ভাঁজে ঝুলে থাকে প্রাক্তন মোনালিসারা। ভালোবাসি বিপণনে বিজ্ঞাপনের চতুর ভাষা, তবু এইসব ভুলেরাই আনে নিঃশব্দ সুখ, রোমাঞ্চিত আমেজ আর আকাশ ছোঁয়া শিহরণ। সত্যি একটা কাশের বাগান পেলে জ্যামিতিক জীবনের কোনাকাঞ্চিতে জমে থাকা স্মৃতির তুলো এক করে গড়ে নিতাম সুখের বালিশ। অতঃপর শুভ্র শতরঞ্জিতে কাটিয়ে দিতাম তেল চিটচিটে ছেঁড়া ফাটা গৃহস্থ জীবন। একটা শরতের আকাশ দেবে কেউ? আমি ছেঁড়া মেঘ সূচে গেথে গড়ে নেব প্রণয়ের পরিণত নকশিকাথা। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you very much, poetess Nahida Ashrafi, for your beautiful poem. Now we have to reach the final time. Now I am inviting to deliver the last poem, Honorable Poet Kamul Bahar Arif. Thank you.
Really, today is a special day for me. It's gifted me the poet Toufiq Zohur. Thanks him to meet me, the poet Nahida Ashrafi, poet Parthita Dutta, poet Suchismita Ghoshal, poet Memou, and poet Dimitris Kraniotis. I read my final poem. This is a series poetry. I present two parts from this poem. Title is Je Hate Kobita Likhi in Bangla. First part. আকাশে পূর্ণিমা হয়ে চাঁদ উঠলে একটু একটু করে জ্যোৎস্না মাখি। আমি কি সারা রাত পূর্ণিমা দেখি? কেউ কি দেখেছে তা রাতভর আমি দেখিনি। প্রেয়সী কাছে এলে হাত দুটি ধরি, একটু একটু করে হাতে হাতে হাঁটি। আমি কি সারাদিন হাতে হাত রাখি? কেউ কি রেখেছিল সারাদিন মান? আমি রাখিনি। বাকিটা সময় আমি জ্যোৎস্নার রং নিয়ে এই চোখে প্রেয়সীকে দেখি, আর হাত থেকে হাত খুলে এই হাতে প্রেয়সী কবিতা লিখি। পার্ট 2। আমার হাতে একটা তিল আছে, আকাশের দিকে তুলে ধরলে তাল হয়ে যায়। আঙুলগুলো তালের পাতা হয়ে বাতাসে এপাশ ওপাশ করে শীতলতায় আমার প্রাণ জোড়ায়। হাতটা তখন তাল গাছ এক পায়ে দাঁড়িয়ে আমাকে ছাড়িয়ে যায়। আমি একটু উচ্চতায় উঠে যাই, তারপর কিছু স্বপ্ন প্রাণে জোড়ায়। আবার হাতটা নামালে তালটা আগের মতো তিল হয়ে যায়। তিলটা তখন পকেটে পুরে যত্ন করে রাখি। ইচ্ছে হলেই হাতটাকে আবার আকাশে তুলে ধরি। স্বপ্ন জোড়াতে জোড়াতে আমি এই হাতে তিলকেই তাল করি। থ্যাংক ইউ,
Thank you.
তৌফিক জহুর।
Thank you very much, poet
Excellent poem.
Bahar, Arif,
Thank
for
you,
your
thank you,
beautiful and
Ghoshal.
really it was very beautiful. Part 1 and part 2, very much, very nice poem. We have to completed our courses today. Now we are going to leave. Before leave, I am going to give in only 1 minute to everyone. I am going to give in 1 minute to everyone to say something about today's program about poetry. First of all, I am going to poet Kabul Bahar Arif. You can tell Bengali language, no problem. Just 1 minute. Poet Kabul Bahar
হ্যাঁ,
Arif
থ্যাংক ইউ
about poetry
তৌফিক
about
জহুর। রিয়েলি এটা খুব একটা চমৎকার একটা আয়োজন আপনার মাধ্যমে হচ্ছে, যেটা আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি এবং এটা আমাদের গর্ব অনুভব হচ্ছে যে আপনি এটার মাধ্যম দিয়ে পৃথিবীর কবিদেরকে এক সুতোয় গেঁথে রাখতে গেঁথে নিয়েছেন। এবং আজকে যে কবিতা, আজকে যে অশান্ত পৃথিবী, সেই অশান্ত পৃথিবীকে একমাত্র কবিতাই শান্ত করতে পারে বলে এই অনুষ্ঠানের মধ্য দিয়ে এই মেসেজটা যাচ্ছে, বা আমিও মেসেজটা দিতে চাই যে এই হিংসা, এই বিদ্বেষ, এই যুদ্ধ একমাত্র কবিতাই পারে শান্তি দিতে। থ্যাংক ইউ অ্যান্ড থ্যাংক ইউ।
Thank you very much, Poet Kamar Arif, for your beautiful speech. Now I am going to poetess Nahida Ashrafi to say something only 1 minute about poetry about today's program. Thank you.
Thank you, Toufiq Zohur. Poetry itself has a healing power, and it is the powerful feelings of overflow our feelings and what not. I think what not, because every word in a poetry says something. Want to say something about the future generation and also the world. They want to give a message, a message of peace and happiness. Thank you very much, and thank you all the committee of the organizing committee.
Thank you very much for your beautiful speech, poetess Nahida Ashrafi. Congratulations to you. Now I am going to poetess Parthita to know about today's program and about poetry. Only 1 minute, please. Thank you.
I'm very happy to be here because we have today all the beautiful poets, and their poetry is so powerful that it sends a unique message to the world. With their pen, they have been able to evoke many burning issues with soft touches, what we call poetry. Poetry is the expression of speech. Even the controversial thing we can present in the poetry in the most aesthetic manner. So that is the magic a poetry can create. It knows how to touch the reader's heart or the viewer's mind. So with that, I can say that means now we need to do more work in literature, so that through the literature we can bind the world, and we can do a lot of good work to make the world look and beautiful and make hospitable and habitable. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Parthita, for your beautiful speech. Thank you very much. Now I am going to Honorable Poetess Voula Memou. Please say
Yes.
something about your poetry, about this program. Thank you.
Yes, I'm happy very much to meet you, and I think that it is so important to be together, people from different countries. And if sometimes I don't understand each other, I think that poetry is not only words but are and feelings. So if someone no understand to the other, he look in his eyes and feel something good. So congratulations to all of you, and to be next time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Voula Memou, for your beautiful speech. Now I am going to poet Dimitris Kraniotis to say something about poetry about today's program. Thank you. Only 1 minute.
The most important message this time for me is make poetry, not war, because the poetry always promotes the global peace and the brotherhood of peoples. Nice to meet all in this great poetry show. Thank you for the invitation for the second time.
Thank you. Thank you. This is your second time, but we will invite you in more times. No problem. Thank you. Finally, I'm going to poetess Suchismita Ghoshal to say something about today's program, about poetry, and finally, you will conclusion this program today. So you will given the conclusion speech also. Thank you very much. After your speech,
Thank
the program will be closed. Thank you.
Thank you very much for inviting me in today's wonderful recitation program. It was, in a word, a very much outstanding recitation program as we get to know all of us from different countries across the globe, and also through the excellence of literature, through the beauty of poetry, we got to get to know ourselves very much better, and in a healing way, as all the poets have said that poetry itself is a healing source, and I believe that it has that therapeutic message through all the soft words, through all the emotions we carry in itself. So it was a very amazing show, and we hope to be together again for the global peace, for the global betterment of this society, and it will be a wonderful world. One day together we can achieve it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your beautiful speech. Thank you. Finally, the program is going to finish now, and finally, I'm going to again poetess Nahida Ashrafi. As a host, I could not say something new now. So finally, I'm going to again Nahida Ashrafi. Nahida Ashrafi will given her conclusion speech, and this program will be closed after her delivery speech. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Bye bye. See you again. And as Ashrafi, after giving her space, the program will be closed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toufiq. I would like to thank you all my fellows and friends from different countries, and I think and I wish that I could meet another program, and we also meet another issues and another poetries with another poetries, and we can meet also many other poetries in the different corner of the world and different parts of the world. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. See you again. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.